currently look at the Barcelona squad. What you can see talent is everywhere. But despite of this talent, why Barcelona is keep losing on the big crucial matches? Why Barcelona is keep losing on the UCL matches? And I think that Barcelona is losing those crucial matches, that big matches in the Champions League, that is lack of experience, the lack of depth in the squad, and the lack of leadership. If you see last season, Barcelona do win their domestic treble in the Spain and their form was on top. Yes, that is because of their defense lines was leading a one man, and the man is Inigo Martinez. He was ultimately the key man on the defense. He was the leader of the defense. He was single-handedly maintaining the balance between experience and inexperience in the Barcelona defense line. Kubarsip and Inigo Martinez pair was doing great, and because of Inigo Martinez, the high line was maintaining strictly. And if you see that we have made lots of offside trap last season, and this season our offside trap is not that much effective. So even though we have quality in our team, we still lack the experience, we still lack the balance between the inexperience and experience. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about what player Barcelona need to buy so that they can bring the balance between experience and inexperience. What player they should buy so that they can make a balance between quality and talent, and what player they should sell so that they can offload their extra wages, and what player Barcelona need to keep so that the team maintain their overall play style and overall performance. So let's just jump into the video, and first we are going to talk about the goalkeeper position. And in the goalkeeper position, the first our starter goalkeeper is Joan Garcia, and for me it is a no-brainer question that I will be keeping Joan Garcia, because Joan Garcia is the best signing of this season for Barcelona, that he has been so consistent throughout the whole season. He has been available also, and his performance is on top. He have been saving after saving, even the clutch moment 1v1 saves. I couldn't just imagine from Marc-Andre ter Stegen. So I will be keeping Joan Garcia for my starter goalkeeper. And let's talk about the next goalkeeper, and it is our Smokey, the Szczesny. And for me, last season Szczesny's performance was really solid. For him, we do make a treble performance. We do win the domestic treble. So I will be keeping Szczesny another more year. If Joan Garcia got injured or somehow Joan Garcia is not available, then Szczesny can do the backup job. So he don't have any kind of question, or he don't have any kind of complaint about the second goalkeeper. So I will be keeping Szczesny as a backup player. So the next goalkeeper will be ter Stegen, and for me, we should offload ter Stegen because he has been so much inconsistent previous season. He has been injured many times, and for ter Stegen, he didn't bring that much quality in the squad. I had seen in the previous that ter Stegen is coming to save a shot with his closed eyes. Man, how can you save with his closed eye? And that how underconfident is ter Stegen. And I will love to sell ter Stegen if I got like 30 million, and I think that will be a valid transfer value for ter Stegen, and 30 million I will be offload ter Stegen. So I will be selling ter Stegen. So next up, Iñaki Peña. For me, Iñaki Peña, if you see that his performance was solid when ter Stegen was not there, he was playing really great, but he is not the top level goalkeeper to start in the Barcelona side. So I will be selling Iñaki Peña. So next up, we'll be talking about the fullbacks, and starting with the right back position. As you know that our first right back option is Koundé, and for me, Koundé performance was not top in this season. I saw Koundé was sloppy multiple times. He have been not doing that last season job, how defensively solid he was, Koundé, how he was joining in the attacking. So for me, Koundé, like, it's debatable that I should keep or I should sell Koundé. For me, Koundé is still one of the best right back in the world. So I will be keeping Koundé as a starter right back. And next up, it is Javi Espart. For me, I saw one game of Javi Espart. I'm not gonna lie that Javi Espart do impress me in terms of the right back position. His positioning was on top. He was reading the ball movement and the player movement really good, and he is just young, he is aggressive, and I do think he impressed me. So I will be keeping Xabi Espat my second choice. Even I think that Xabi Espat should have much more game time so that he could prove himself to become a starter. So I will be keeping Xabi Espat for my second right back position. So in the left back position, and the left back position that currently are favorite of the Barcelona fan, that is Joao Cancelo. And if I talk about Joao Cancelo, that before Joao Cancelo came in the Hansi Flick system, we didn't see a left back that have the dribbling quality, that have the passing quality, that can bring the crosses, that can act as a winger. So Joao Cancelo is a complete led back, even though he still lacked in terms of defending, but I didn't see a really bad defensive performance from Joao Cancelo after Hansi Flick took over him. So I will be keeping Joao Cancelo. I want Barcelona to buy Cancelo from the Saudi so that he can be a first starter of this match. So I will be buying Cancelo for my team. Our first leg back was Alexandro Balde, and I'm not gonna lie, Alexandro Balde is not that good in this season. Like the last season, he was like flying in the left back position. Even Alexandro Balde was comparing with Nuno Mendes. So in this season, Balde performance was not that good. He was sloppy. Yes, he did get injured, and after injury, you cannot expect a masterclass performance from any player. So I will be giving another year to Balde to prove himself. So I will be keeping Balde as my second left back position. Next position will be the centre back position, and in the centre back position, that Kubarsi will be the starter centre back position in the right hand side. He is right footed. He is confident. He is one of the best centre back in the world football right now. Even though he is still inexperienced, but I will be trusting Kubarsi. So I will be keeping Kubarsi as my first priority centre back. In the second centre back, that Gerard Martin, obviously no joke that Gerard Martin outperformed his role in the centre back role. He just make unexpected comeback in the centre back, even though in the left back he was not in the top, but in the centre back role he was really clutch for Barcelona. That when Barcelona needed him as a centre back, Hansi Flick used him as a centre back and he performed well. So I will be keeping Gerard Martin in my team. So next up, Ronald Araujo. And for me, for Ronald Araujo, many of the Barcelona fan will be disagree with me in terms of Ronald Araujo decision, but I will be selling Ronald Araujo because for me, that Ronald Araujo is the captain of Barcelona. He is the first captain of Barcelona, and for me, if you see the captain of big teams, like if you see the captain of Bayern Munich, that it is Joshua Kimmich, and Bayern Munich team, they blindly trust Kimmich. If you see the captain of Manchester United, that is Bruno Fernandes, and they blindly trust Bruno Fernandes. But if you see Barcelona captain Araujo, even the Hansi Flick don't trust Araujo that much. So why the fan will be trusting Araujo? And I want my captain to be a captain, to take the leadership, to be a leader of the team. But I think Araujo is lacking that leadership mentality. Araujo is lacking that mentality that can be a captain of the team. So for me, if you got like 30 to 40 million, even 50 million, then it will be really good. Just give him to maybe Saudi, maybe in the Juventus. Just if anyone just come with that money, I will be selling Araujo for me. So next centre back will be Andreas Christensen, and Andreas Christensen, I'm not gonna lie that Christensen do a great job in the Xavi's time, but in this time in the Hansi Flick role, he have been so much inconsistent. He is not a bad player, don't get me wrong, but his performance was good. He has been so much unavailable in the whole Hansi Flick tenure. If you even have the great quality, then if you get injured, and then your quality is just wasted. So I will be selling Christensen, and even though he have the quality, I don't want a inconsistent, injured player in my team. So I will be selling Christensen for my opinion. So next player will be Eric Garcia, and for me, Eric Garcia did give a solid performance throughout the whole season in terms of left back, in terms of right back, in terms of centre back, in terms of defensive midfielder. He just put a massive role in the backup. As a backup of every position, he is so versatile. So I'll be keeping Eric Garcia in my team. So next up, defensive midfield role, and in the defensive midfield role, I will be talking about Frenkie de Jong first. And Frenkie de Jong, no joke that Frenkie de Jong will be my starting 11 because he brings so much quality. He just got a La Posa role in the team. He just can handle the deep line playmaking role. So no other player in the Barcelona can play that much of good deep line playmaking the way Frenkie de Jong do. So I will be keeping Frenkie de Jong as my starter defensive midfielder role. So next player will be Marc Bernal, and so for me Bernal did not impress me that much, but his performance was good. Even though as a defensive midfielder he was scoring in the match, like if you saw the Atletico Madrid match, both the matches he was scoring. So he's a tall player. So I think a tall player in the defensive midfield role, he can be crucial in the set piece, in the corner kick. So I will be keeping Marc Bernal as my second defensive midfielder role. So next player will be Marc Casado, and for me Marc Casado do have the quality to become a starter, but the thing is that Hansi Flick don't think that Marc Casado do have the quality to be as a starter, because in the defensive midfield role, Frenkie de Jong and Marc Bernal is dominating in that, because Frenkie got a really La Posa role, that pause ability, orchestrating ability in the team, and Marc Bernal do have the tall presence. So if you have a tall player, you will be starting a defensive player as a tall, so he can make a clutch tackle. Maybe in terms of heading defensive role, he can be a clutch player. So Hansi Flick will be wanting a tall player in spite of a short player. So I think Marc Casado will not be find so much game time in the Barcelona squad. So I think Barcelona should give a loan offer to Marc Casado so he can get a deserved game time in the other team. So for me, I will be offloading Casado as a loan offer. And next up, in the center midfield role, we will be starting with Pedri, and for me Pedri is no joke. With Pedri, it's no joke because he will be starting 100%. No other fan will be telling me that Pedri is not starting. Pedri will be sold off. Pedri will be load off from the team. I will not accept that. So I will be keeping Pedri. So next up, Gabi, and it is a controversial decision that I should keep Gabi or not, because he is not that much consistent performer. He is not that much available. But I don't know the Gabi quality we can find in the Europe right now. So for me, as a backup of Pedri, Gabi can do the job. So I will be keeping Gabi for one more season. Then if he impress, then I will be give a long-term contract, and if he don't impress, then I will be offloading Gabi. That is my opinion. So for now, I will be keeping Gabi. So next up, in the attacking midfielder position, and in the attacking midfield position, our first attacking midfielder is Fermin Lopez for now. And for me, it is no joke that Fermin Lopez should start. Why? Because he have the quality of long range shooting, he have the quality of nice pressing. I think that is really needed in the Barcelona system, because Hansi Flick's system is pressing, Hansi Flick's system is high line. If you have the player that can constantly press your opponent, then it will be a key player. So I think I will be keeping Fermin Lopez. So next up, Dani Olmo, and I think that Dani Olmo is a controversial decision, but Dani Olmo performance was not that sloppy throughout the whole season. In some matches, I do think Dani Olmo was wasteful, and for me, that even the big players have some bad matches. I will be giving Dani Olmo another season. If he impress me, then I will be keeping Dani Olmo. If he do not impress me, I will be offload Dani Olmo. So for now, I will be keeping Dani Olmo as my second attacking midfield position. So next up, in the winger position, and I don't think in the left wing and right wing position I need to have discussed lot of thing about Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. I will keep them as much they want to stay in Barcelona, as much they keep performing. So I will be keeping Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. For Rooney Bardi in the right wing position, and for me, with the amount we buy Rooney Bardi, it is like a really good as a backup winger, and as a backup of Lamine Yamal, the Rooney Bardi will be good. Yes, you will be telling that Rooney Bardi cannot match the Lamine Yamal quality, but yes, Rooney Bargi and Lamine Yamal is a different type of profile player. That Rooney Bargi play more of a creative winger role, and Lamine Yamal is more of a trickster, more of a taking duels against 1v1. So for me, don't expect that Rooney Bargi will be matching the quality of Lamine Yamal. So as a backup, Rooney Bargi is really good, and so I think that I will be keeping Rooney Bargi as a backup right winger. And so next up is Marcus Rashford, and I think Rashford do not impress me enough so that I can make him as a permanent player of Barcelona. Yes, Marcus Rashford buy clause is 30 million, and I think for 30 million we can bring another good player. I will be talking about this later in the buying option for Barcelona. So I don't think that Barcelona should permanent the Marcus Rashford deals. So I think that Marcus Rashford should go to Manchester United, and I will be offloading Marcus Rashford. So next up in the left wing position we have Ansu Fati, and I think Ansu Fati performance was not that good, even though as in the Monaco he did not impress Barcelona. So I don't think I need to discuss many thing about Ansu Fati. So I will be selling Ansu Fati. If offer came like 20 to 25 million, so I will be selling Ansu Fati. So next player will be Lewandowski, and if you see Lewandowski, that he do have the quality, he do have the finishing ability, but he is getting older and older, and I do think that we need a fresh leg in there. We do need a younger player so that he can press, so that he can look energetic in the upfront. For me, I should selling Lewandowski in the Saudi if offers come around 25, 30, maybe 50, maybe 40 million. So I will be selling Lewandowski. And if I talk about Ferran Torres, and for me Ferran Torres do impress me. If you see the Ferran Torres goal throughout the whole season, his performance, he give a 19 goal in the whole season in the La Liga. So it is a really good performance for me that Ferran Torres give 19 goal in the La Liga. As a backup striker, he is giving 19 goal. It's a good number. And if you see the last couple of matches, Ferran Torres look much more impressive, much more confident. So I think I will be keeping Ferran Torres as a backup striker. I do forgot to talk about Hector Ford as a right back option. In the right back option, I don't think Hector will give the quality that Javi Espart can give in the team. So I will be offloading Hector Ford, and if like 10 to 15 million come, then I will be selling Hector Ford. So let's just talk about how much money that Barcelona will earn in this season so that Barcelona can buy those big signings. So if Barcelona win La Liga, then they will be getting 90 to 110 million, and in their Champions League performance we do got in the quarterfinals, so Barcelona will be getting 85 to 95 million, and in the Supercopa de España Barcelona will be getting 8 million. From the Spotify Camp Nou review, Barcelona will be getting 120 million to 150 million. All of this combined, Barcelona will be making around 450 to 500 million, and with the sponsored of Nike deal and all the other sponsors, that they will be getting 80 million. And after all of the expensive card, that Barcelona will be having 150 to 200 million to spend on the transfer market. And with this budget, we do need to sign some key players in our team. Let's just talk about the key players that Barcelona need to sign immediately to strengthen their squad and to make their squad balanced with experience and inexperience. And for me, the three positions that Barcelona will be focusing to sign in this summer window. The first will be the center back position, the second will be the left winger position, and the third and the most important will be the striker position. And let's just talk about the striker position. In the striker position, I think that Victor Osimhen will be a really good choice. His transfer market value is 75 million, and if I give you the statistic of Victor Osimhen, then as you can see, he played 19 matches in their league and he do scored 12 goal and 4 assists has been given. In the Champions League, in 10 matches he do score 7 goal and 3 assists. So that's a really impressive performance from Victor Osimhen. And for me, that Victor Osimhen profile that will give a really balance in the Hansi Flick system, because many of the players will be telling that he drop backs, he combine play, he's the silky smooth. But in the Hansi Flick system, I think that Victor Osimhen profile will be really good, because he is tall, he is aerially strong, he is physically strong, he can hold up play, he can combine. So he have little bit everything in his quality. If you talk about Alvarez, he will lack that aerial dominance because he is not that tall, and in terms of physicality, and I don't think that Alvarez can match the physicality of Osimhen. So I think that Osimhen will be more better suited in the Hansi Flick system than Alvarez. Alvarez price tag will be really high, like 100 and 120, 30 million. For me, the better option will be Victor Osimhen. And if we think a cheap option for center forward, then it will be Aslani. Aslani is a great player. He is cheap. That Barcelona will get him around 30 to 35 million. So in attacking position, in 30 to 35 million, it will be a good deal for me. But I will be still preferring to go for Victor Osimhen in the striking position. He is a solid, a box dominator. He can make in behind run. He can combine play. He is really strong. So for me, he will be a better suited in the system currently Barcelona playing. And let's just talk about in the left winger position. In the left winger position, that some of player will be telling that Rafael Leal will be really good in the left winger position. I do agree Rafael Leal do have the quality. Rafael Leal do have the ability to play in the Hansi Flick system. And even if you see that Rafinha was really trash, really underperforming in the Xavi system, but after Hansi Flick came, Rafinha just really skyrocketed his performance. His performance was on top in every single match. And I think if Rafael Leal do get the coaching of Hansi Flick, then he can be that monster type player. But the thing is that he is really expensive. 65 million will be really expensive for Barcelona, because our main target is to buy a center back for 65 million. Even I saw like Rafael Leal come in 45 million, but I do have a better option for the left wing position, and that Andres Segeldorf. And he is a player of Benfica. As you can see, he is for me a complete player as a left winger. And if I show you the comparison between Rafael Leal and Segeldorf, then you can say that Segeldorf is a better player. As you can see, the blue graph is the Rafael Leal graph and the red graph is the Segeldorf graph. And as you can see, Rafael Leal just not a near how Segeldorf play in terms of non-penalty goal and expected assist, in terms of assist, in terms of key passes, crosses, carrying, dribbles. Segeldorf do lack in terms of non-penalty goal, but it is negotiable, because if you brings a box dominator like Osimhen, then I will be expecting my left winger to provide much more crosses, to provide much more ball to Osimhen, and Osimhen to finish those chances. So I think that Segeldorf will be a better option in its cheap budget, because his market value is 20 million and I think he can come around 25 to 30 million. So I think Segeldorf will be a better option based on the financial situation the Barcelona are currently now. And talking about the center back position, and we know that in the center back position Barcelona is currently focusing for the Bastoni, Alexandro Bastoni. He do have a 70 million price tag, and Alexandro Bastoni, obviously he is a really top class defender. He is left footed also, that's why Barcelona is pushing Bastoni in the center back role. If Bastoni come, I will not argue, but I think that another player will be better suited for the center back role, and he is Mickey Van de Ven of the Spurs. And he is a wonderful player. He have the pace, because Barcelona play more of a high line, and if our high line break, we need some pacey player to cover up that gap. We need a pacey player to cover up and give a backup in the high line. So if you see Bastoni performance, Bastoni is not that much a PD player, that much of quick player. But if you see Van de Ven is really quick. His positioning is on top and his defensive is on top, and even he is so young that Van de Ven will be a good choice for me. And even if you see, his price tag is lower than Bastoni, so I think Van de Ven will be a better option for me in the center back role. And that was my all personal thought about whom Barcelona should keep, whom Barcelona should buy, and whom Barcelona should sell. Let me know in the comment how you are agreeing with my transfer target, how you are agreeing with my decision. I will really love to know your thoughts on the comment. And if you enjoy the video, do make sure to like and subscribe. Your small support will really help me, and your support will be really appreciated. So thank you. I will be seeing you in the next video, and up until peace.